check. All right. Let me see what I got on my screen. Okay, let me see here. I'm just doing a screen check. Okay. Let me see here. Let me do a sound check again. All right. Now, I'm doing this for my family, especially my sisters. How uh, how we've been painted to be the worst of the worst. In some of the cases, it's taking a toll on us. So it's got to be addressed, and we got to put some kind of kickback and fight these lies. Okay. All right. I want y'all to think. Now, they try to paint the black man as the deadbeat father. In some cases, that's true. But we didn't just decide to be deadbeat. We didn't just decide to abandon our families. No, we didn't just decide to do that. And to be straightforward and fair, I am not condoning anyone that doesn't take care of their children. Okay, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm just saying if you're gonna tell it all. Don't lie by omission. That's what this is about. Okay, now, if you are worried about white people's feelings, this ain't the spot for you. This ain't the place for you. If you're a sellout and a white supremacist sympathizer, keep it moving. You can thumb it down or whatever it is. You can dry snitch. You can go report or whatever it is you got to do, but do it over there. If you hate the truth, I ain't your friend. Now, let me get into this lesson. Let me see here. You see this? Now, they want to talk about the single families and all this, but they tore our families apart for centuries. It didn't just start with us. They did this to us and still doing it. I'm gonna get into it, and they still doing it. Okay, let me see. It's a Bible verse come into play. Let me look it up right quick. Let me look it up. It's a Bible verse that said these things were going to happen to us. Deuteronomy 28:41. Let me see here. I went to the whole nother chapter. Hold on. Deuteronomy, let me type it in up here. That'll be faster. Maybe not. Which is why we got to know the Bible and know we are the people that the Bible is referring to. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 41. Okay. You will father sons and daughters, but they will not remain yours because they will go into captivity. Slave trade. Having children and they being taken from us. Okay. Having a welfare system, lie and take our children from them. I've seen cases where, you got white parents, they strung out on drugs, and they do not take it. It takes a literal act of Congress for white people to lose their kids, from what I've seen. But when it's black people, somebody got from the hospital call, and the police get involved. I've done video on that. What video was that? I recently done a video on that. Let me see. Which one is it? Let me see. I recently done a video too on that, but nevertheless, I forgot which one it was. It's recent. Yep. I think it's Get Off the Forgiveness too. I think it's that one. I think that's the one it is. It's this one. This one right here. This the one. This the one. But nevertheless, let me get back on my lesson. Let me dive straight on in. All right. Now, the slave master, right after they got through separating our families for profit, separating the men from the women and the children, then raping the women, having more children, and not taking care of the children. Deadbeat dad, the white man. So if you're going to call somebody deadbeat, you call these slave masters, these rapists, deadbeats. Your white supremacist clan, your rapists in the clan, deadbeats. Your white supremacist rapists, slave masters, deadbeats. Your white supremacist devils killing the men, hanging the women, hanging the children. Then you want to holler single mothers. You white supremacists making laws, Jim Crow, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, Congress, to lock up the black man for minor drug offenses for decades, taking the man out the home, destabilizing the home. So you have slave labor in your prisons. But then you want to call us deadbeats. Oh, it hurts, don't it? If y'all stop doing this stuff, or if you addressed it, I wouldn't have to address it. But nevertheless, you don't care about our families, guess what? I don't care about your feelings. You created the war on drugs. There was no war on drugs. For those of you who said that there is a war on drugs, then why is the drug problem getting worse if they are actually solving the problem? Why is the drug problem getting increasingly worse? What is the DEA really doing? Why is it now affecting your families, your loved ones, your demographic? And why ain't you mass incarcerating them? You want to talk about some single mothers? All right, let me get on in here. Let me see here. Let's see, right here. I might do a separate video on this. Raping the men. They don't want to talk about this. Raping everybody. Raping the men, the women, and the children. All right, let me see. You started breeding farms. So you created a culture of deadbeat dads. You would breed slave men and women and then separate them. But now you want to ignore all that and holler about some deadbeat dads and some single mothers. Let me read a little bit of this. Let me see. Let me go. Okay. You see, I'm on page 3 because I might do a separate video about them raping the men and stuff. But nevertheless, what's today's date? December 5th. Some of these videos I've done like a week in advance. The video I just uploaded today is the death of black on black crime. I did that about a week ago. All right, but nevertheless, during the rise of the abolitionists who were fighting for the end of slavery, the slave trade drastically reduced. Slave ships were stopped. Slaves were helped to escape, and many slaves gained a new form of confidence to rebel and resist or escape. I mean, that's natural. Who wants to be beaten down, raped, and sold? Do y'all not know that they thought because we wanted to be free that we had a mental condition? These same people, the descendants of these same people, think something is wrong with us because we are tired of them killing us. Let me give you let me show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. They call it Drapetomania. Because black folks want to be free. There's something wrong with us. Now they done changed it. Look, runaway, madness, wandering behavior, uncontrollable. They done cleaned it up a little bit. Let me see if I find an old definition. Let me type in slavery. You got to be more specific nowadays. They shifting the word around trying to hide the info. See, these people is up over us, thinking because we don't want to be beat, raped, and our families torn apart, something is wrong with us. It makes you wonder, who is these folks? Who is these folks? Southern doctors use pseudoscience to explain why slaves tried to escape while ignoring the fact maybe they just didn't want to, like, maybe they didn't like being slaves. I didn't mean to go here, but let me get back over there. The term is called drapetomania. You can rewind the video back. I ain't trying to make this video too long. Trying to focus on doing them shorter. But you get the gist of it. All right, now you got breeding form. Where, like, you know, like people get dogs and breed the dogs and sell the litter of the puppies. Yeah, that's what chattel slavery. None of that is held up in the Bible. None of it. So there's going to be a day of reckoning. Some of y'all think, well, I didn't own no slave. Read your Bible. We didn't commit the sins that our forefathers did that allowed us to be taken into captivity. But nevertheless, all right, now, slave will help to escape and many slaves gain a new form of comfort. Let me see, I read that. Okay. This placed a huge toll on the slave trade, and plantation owners did not have enough labor to meet the market for their listen at this. Oh, produce. So now we fruits and vegetables now. They then came out with breeding farms that exploited the sexuality of men. Now, okay, you got prisoners on the stock market. Let me show y'all this. See, the reason why I got this up here, sisters, y'all hang tight. I'm gonna get into this in a minute. This white woman is a CIA operative. She is pushing feminism on the black woman to keep us divided. How have we oppressed y'all? We don't have no power to oppress y'all. Okay? Let me get back in there. I kind of lost my point. I got to stay focused. Okay, they came out with breeding farms. Okay. I was going to go somewhere, but nevertheless, Most High probably bring it back if I need to bring it out. Let me see here. Explored the sexuality of men. Okay, not only that, but on top of that, it was legal for the slave master to do anything. Now, this here is for you Democrats, you Democrats out here. We don't have a political party. Anything that they got their hands in is a thorn in our side and a knife to the back. All right? Let me see here. Let me move on over here. Now, oh yeah. This video right here explains why we don't have any houses. That's because the government strategically made laws to destroy our homes. They put highways through our neighborhoods, splitting up, destroying the businesses. They don't do that to nobody but us. They don't do it to the Asians. They don't do it to Caucasians. They do it to black folk. They'll come up with a highway, split up the neighborhood. They'll come up with a lake, drown and cut. Just check that out. Let me get back here. You wonder why we ain't got no housing. Then you got the Klan that they ain't doing nothing about. Coming in, killing our people, stealing all the money that we had, stealing the land and the resources. And they doing it because the laws ain't doing anything. We don't have no protection under the law. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, that's for you Democrat lovers out here. Let me show you. Hold on. I'm going to read some of this. It's well known in 1965, Daniel Patrick Moynihan, Assistant Secretary of Labor of Democrat President Johnson, warned that the black family was on the verge of a complete breakdown because of growing illegitimacy rates. Okay, sex out of, having children without marriage. Okay, it's a known fact. You can ask your average hood rat or your average black woman. That's why when you ride through the projects, you don't see no daddy there necessarily. Because in order for her to get a place to stay and the child to get a place to stay, the father got to go. This plays right into the role of people going into this private prison system that's on the stock market. Let me see here. I think that's where I was going earlier. Let me see some prison stocks. Now, if they had to let our people go for these minor offenses, the stock market gonna be turned upside down. It's gonna be turned upside down, but yet you got all the opioid addicts out here and these white supremacist devils out here breaking the law. They getting slaps on the wrist. What about the Capitol insurrectionists? Slaps on the wrist. All right, let me see which ones. Let me see. I was looking for a list of prisons. You got like Wackenhood, and here they go. CCA. These people pay the politicians billions of dollars to pass laws to keep people in prison for nonviolent offenses, so their beds can stay full while they make money on the stock market, making stuff for the military, making stuff for the restaurants, making stuff for Walmart and Amazon and so forth. Single mothers. Here go another private prison. Even your 401k is tied to prison labor. Look into it. Look into it. If what I'm saying is a lie, the email address is down there at the bottom. Hit that email address and say why it's not true. I don't want to hear no off the subject deflection, no jaw jacking, none of that. Hit me with some facts. Private prison stocks. This country ain't nothing but some darn leeches. That's always trying to live off of black folks' pain, suffering, and hardships. Let me get back on my message. Let me get over here. Okay, there you go. Gloria Steinem. Here she is right here. She done got old now. Here she is right here, and here she is before. CIA. Look at the timing. Gloria Steinem has been working for the Jew control. The same people that was controlling the slave trade. And you wonder why they bypassed the Klan and focus all their power on keeping the real Jews down. Satan ain't got time to be focusing on nobody but the real Jews of the Bible. He ain't got time to be focused on some fakes and phony and black folks if we ain't it. He ain't got time for that. Now, all this Me Too mess. Why is Me Too when black women is coming up missing? Where Me Too at? Where they at when black women getting raped by these police? Where is Me Too? Okay. Where is the NRA for Philando Castile and black folks that getting shot at Tamir Rice? Where is the NRA? See, Tamir Rice got shot in Ohio. It's a state where you can walk up and down the street with a firearm. Where was the NRA? Okay, Philando Castile got shot in Minnesota after he told the police he had a gun. Where was the NRA? But y'all want to tiptoe through the tulips, You want to talk softly, and it's a war going on. All right. I'll say you combine feminism with the fake war on drugs, with the mass incarceration, prison to stop, prison school to prison pipeline, and then you want to holler some deadbeat dads and some welfare queens. All right, now. Anyway, this woman is a CIA agent interfering in black business. But look, what's she at? What does it say? I'm looking for that particular word. All right, they'll holler somebody. They'll throw words like we communists. How is black folks communists? We don't know nothing about Russia. We don't know nothing about that. But see, they'll throw these labels on us. That's why we got to counteract this stuff. They'll throw all these labels out there. I don't care nothing about what white folks say I am. I know what I am to white people. I am your enemy. But what have we done to y'all? What? All right. I was looking for that word where it said, oh, here it is right here. That's what I was looking for right here. Right here. There you go. I know thou works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So how you gonna know these people? Simple. Satan come to steal, kill, destroy. Satan is a liar. So his children gonna have his spiritual DNA. It ain't rocket science. All right. Now, black women, get out of this stuff. Leave this stuff alone. This ain't nothing but a hustle. This ain't where it's at. This ain't where it's at. I know our brothers out here down on our women and stuff. I know. This ain't where it's at. Think about your children, though. Think about your children. This ain't where it's at. Let me see here. Until we recognize the war and who's doing the attacking and what's being done, you ain't gonna get no justice. Because you don't even really know where to start looking for it. All right. All this old feminism and stuff, try to split us up. All right, let me do this. Yeah. The woman get an apartment. She can get a place to stay, but the man can't be nowhere around. What that leaves, and they know this. That leaves a whole bunch of children. See, what if the mother worked? You got to have both. It took both to make you. You got to take both to raise it. You get a whole bunch of youth out here shooting up and robbing and stuff because they ain't got no manly guidance. They know this. That's why when they built the suburb, the government let them keep their families together. The same government gave white people money to move to the suburb, but then when it comes to the black folks, you got to split your family up. This ain't nothing. This is the same thing. This is the same thing as this. It's just another level. Splitting up the black families. Oh, yeah. Y'all hit that description box down there. Hit that description box down below. Because, that way if they shut me off of one, you keep on rolling. All right? Let me get back over here let me get back here on my grind. All right, now let me read some of this. There were some good points in here. Historically, marriage has played a critical role in the raising of children. That's biblical. That's in the Bible. If this is such a godly nation, why is America hell-bent on separating the black family? This is for you white evangelicals out there that won't say nothing about this. Why is you complicit with this, but yet you think you're going to live with the Most High. All I can say is repent. I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. All right, now, in most cases, the economic benefits of marriage are substantial. Marriage among families, but think about this. In order for the black woman to get a house, you can't be married. This is government policy. That goes right back to this right here. Goes right back to that. This video kind of started out slow, but in the end, it hits hard. In the end of it, it hits hard. All right. Let me see. No, that ain't it. Let me see. Right here. All right. The ability of families to support themselves above poverty without reliance on government. The government wants the black family dependent on them. Then they can extract economic sanctions. When we do something they don't like, they can hit us with economic sanctions. Oh, we're going to cut your stamps off. We're going to kick you out on the street. They want us dependent on them. They don't want us stable and doing things away from them. We was doing that. How you think we got the Black Wall Streets? How you think we had all them black towns that they put the neighborhoods, they put the highways through? What about Lake Lanier that they holler rape? What about Rosewood? See, when we get together and we have marriage and we have stability there, they got to come and destroy that. They want us dependent on them. Then they can extract, then they can try to punish us by these so-called, what they call it, sanctions. We're gonna kick you out of the street. You ain't got no money, where you gonna go? So you have to bow down and kowtow. All right, now. Okay, above poverty without reliance on government means well-tested welfare. Hey, I did another video that showed that white people is the darn beneficiary of welfare. This country don't give us nothing, so why are we going to be receiving the most welfare? All right, now, the reason for this is simple and straightforward. In most cases, two parents working together can support a child more efficiently than one. Now, that's common sense. That's the Bible. All right. Let me see. For example, chart 1 shows some 37% of single parents' families lack self-sufficiency and are officially poor, compared with 7% of married couple family. And one reason why the woman stay poor, because if she get a certain amount of money, they're gonna put her out. Imagine trying to raise children in a racist society where you get bypassed for jobs, they discriminate on your hair. If you get a high paying job, you got to find somewhere else to live and you can't afford the rent. Okay. All right. Marriage promotes self-sufficiency. Okay, you see the chart. That's a big difference between married, at least had a father around and a mother around in the child life. All right. Marriage provides positive impacts well beyond self-sufficiency, but the positive effects of marriage are not limited to self-sufficiency. I don't need a man. I don't need my woman. Any other woman is better than the black woman. That's what they want us to do. It's classic Willie Lynch. All right, children raised by married parents have substantially better life outcome compared with similar children raised in a single parent home. Not saying that it can't be done, but it's better when you got both parents there. Your child are less likely to end up in the school to prison pipeline when the dad show up at the school. They try to just do anything to the woman. But when the dad show up, it's a different outcome. All right, when compared with intact marriage homes, children raised by single parents are more likely to have emotional and behavioral problems. Yeah, you know why? Just say for instance the father ain't there, the child don't know how to handle bullying. He don't know how to handle adversity. The child don't know how to handle, he don't know how to be a man because he had to be taught how to be a man. He had to learn how to be a man. I can't teach my daughter how to be a woman. Why? Because I'm not a woman. It's common sense. The government know this. Your politicians know this. And a lot of these so-called white church folks know this. And your sellout black folks know this. But yet, they're complicit. They don't even preach. The black church, do they even preach about fornicating, having children outside of wedlock? Do they preach against being so quick to run and get a divorce for every little thing? Do they preach getting off of welfare? Because the beef system is kicking in, and in order for you to stay on welfare, you're going to have to sell your soul to the devil. Do the churches preach that? All right. Okay. Let me read some of these stats. More than twice as likely to be arrested for juvenile crime. School to prison pipeline. Twice as likely to be treated for emotional and behavioral problems. Yeah, think about it. Just think about it. You're a young male, but you're mostly learning from your mother. She got different hormones than you. Think about it. Then you're in an environment that's deprived of resources and full of violence. And you think you're gonna come out unscathed. A third, more likely to drop out before completing high school. As Chart 2 shows, throughout U.S. history, marriage was the norm prior to the mid-1960s. There you go. Before that, I'm just showing you they playing chess. All right. Prior to the mid-1960s, nearly all children were born to married couples. When the war on poverty began in 1964, every time the government waged war on something, it get worse. They got the war on drugs, it got worse. The war on poverty, it done got worse. They know how to correct the problem. Only 7% of children were born to unmarried women. However, over the next 4.5 decades, 40 years, 45 years, the share of non-marital births exploded. 2013, 41% of all children born in the U.S. were born outside of marriage. Okay. Now, you might want to pause and do whatever you got to do. I ain't reading all of it. I'm just scrolling. Okay. Let's hit this welfare and decline of marriage. Okay, women and men, if you could talk your woman out of it, get somewhere and sit down. It ain't about just us. And I know I'm a little late in the game for that, but better late than never. It's about the children. They are the future. Remember in Revelation, the dragon was after the children, the woman's children. All right. It's no accident that the collapse of marriage in America largely began with the war on poverty. When they wage war on something, it get worse. And the proliferation of means-tested welfare programs that is fostered. When the war on poverty began, only a single welfare program aid to families with dependent children assisted single parents. Okay, today they got dozens of programs. Let me see. Okay, Section 8 housing. The Section 8 housing, they penalize you for being married. All right. It may vary from state to state, but the last I checked in Mississippi, you married, you got a man living, the man can't be there because you're on government section housing. But I thought they want crime. See, that'll lower crime. I thought they wanted the crime. No, they don't want crime lowered because you got prisons on the stock market. They don't want crime lowered. I'm showing you how we're being played. Although married couples with children can also receive aid through these programs, they penalize you. Okay. The overwhelming majority of assistance with families with children goes, see, there you go. That's by design. The overwhelming majority of assistance to families with children goes to single parent. Just like I told you, they penalize you for being married. But this is supposed to be a godly nation. Okay? Penalizing marriage. A second major problem is that means-tested welfare system actively penalize low-income parents who do marry. That's just what I told you. That's what I've observed, and that's what I see. And you wonder why you got all these single mothers out here, and they don't want to get married. You know why they don't want to get married? They're penalized. And then you got a bunch of young men with the fathers in prison. Father's not around. That's really because they unlearned in what being a man is. They don't. A lot of them don't know how to treat a woman. All right. Okay. If a low-income single mother married an employed father, her welfare benefits will generally be substantially reduced. Okay. Some of y'all said, what's the point? Okay, how is you getting immigrants over here, giving them thousands of dollars to start a business in our neighborhood, and they get to keep their families together? That's welfare. If you can't call that out, get off our backs. All right. The mother can maximize welfare by remaining unmarried and keeping the father's income off the books. Men, you should say, I'm not gonna let no government control me. I'm my own man. This is warfare. So what's it worth to you? What does it mean to you? What is the life of being successful, having a successful family? What is it worth to you? How dedicated is you to survive in this war? How dedicated are you to helping your children survive this onslaught of assassinations? Are you dedicated or you just hate it? Even if you just hate it, that's not solving nothing. Now, let me see. I think I've hit everything. I think that's about it. I think that's it. Let me see if y'all get out of that feminism. That's a white woman's thing. Let them do that. And then now they branched out. White women is a minority. So anytime the government talking about they coming out with let's say they're gonna give $1 million to minorities, white women get some of that money. White women get some of that money. Okay, illegal immigrants can get some of that money. LGBT people, that's another. That can be mostly white folks. So you got white women, you got LGBT folks, there's white people getting some of that money. You got the $5 Indian, that's $5 Indian, white people. LGBT, a lot of white people, white woman getting minority benefits. And you wonder why black folks ain't getting nothing. I'm showing you the hustle. All right. Y'all get out of this stuff. Okay, another thing Me Too did. They went after all these black men. That's good. Okay. What was Me Too at going after Weinstein? What was they at? Where was Me Too going after Charlie Sheen? Where was Me Too going after Woody Allen? Like I said, what was NRA for Philando Castile and Tamir Rice? Where's Me Too at when the rapist is white? I'm just showing you we ain't got no friends in this thing, all right? Black Lives Matter. Stop sending me your money. There's a white started, white ran, white maintained activist site that doing nothing for us. I'm just making sure I ain't skipped over nothing. All right. I went on enough. Let me see here. I went on enough. I hope this helped y'all. If not, I showed you the facts. Got any topic you'd like me to go over? Email right there. Want to do a live with me? Email right there. Any questions? Email right there. All right. Y'all take care.